It's William.
And Robin.
With the Riverstone life, minus the Riverstone.
Always.
Minus the truck. We ain't got nothing. We're living in a backyard.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, yes. This is just going to be a little bit of an update from our truck debacle.
Debacle?
I don't know what you call it. But I'm telling you, if you have a 2023 or a 2024 GMC or a Chevy Duramax with an Allison transmission,
keyword Allison transmission,
you want to watch this video, because it's not if you're going to have a problem, it's
when
you're going to have a problem. Yeah.
We had no idea.
We had no idea. Maybe we did get 75,000 miles on the truck, right?
Yes.
And just for the people that have been watching the 30 days and $30,000, that video's coming up. I just thought we needed to throw this out there because I want to hear what other people have gone through, right?
Yes.
We want to know their stories. We were hoping to get a bunch of comments, and then we'll talk a little bit about what happened to us, right?
Yes.
If you watched the last video, you know I took it in for service. We dropped it off.
Routine maintenance.
Routine maintenance. And when I pulled it out of there, it shifted hard. Took it down the road, it didn't shift right, correct?
That's what you said.
What I said. So the check engine light came on, then the reduced power come on, and when you put it in reduced power, it won't go over 45 mile an hour. Okay? So I brought it back to the shop. They told me that they would have somebody look at it, but it'd be first thing in the morning. I asked them, can I even drive this vehicle? They said, well, it'll get worse and worse until it doesn't move anymore.
Which is scary.
Which is scary.
Because we could have been stranded. Thankfully it happened where it did.
So I thought, well, can I go put the tires on? He asked me where the tire store was. I told him. And then I started driving it over there. But in the meantime, I'm playing with the truck, and I realized that when it does that, you can pull over, wait about 10 seconds, and then it'll reset itself. Then as soon as you start taking off again, if it jerks, then the check engine light comes back on, the reduced power goes on. So what I did is I shifted this thing down into below 2, and then you can shift it manually. So I started shifting it, and I could shift it through 4th, 5th, 6th, and then when I hit 7th, it tries to start missing the shift. And then I click back to 6. So by doing that, I was able to drive the truck to the tire store at about 60 miles.
Because they said it would be okay to take it to the tire shop to get it on, because we weren't getting it looked at till the following day.
Yeah. So I drove it to the tire store at 60. You could go about 62 mile an hour, about 2,800 RPMs. And the reason I'm telling you this part is in case this happens to you, pull over and maybe you can get it to the place that's going to work on it without having a big tow bill, right?
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
So I was able to drive it that way, and I think that'll work as long as your shift point problems aren't like 3rd, 4th, 5th. If they're the 7th on up, then that will work.
Yes.
Sorry about the hand things, people.
Yeah,
That's just me. You know, Robin's usually holding my hands now.
I give up.
But anyways, I take it to the tire store. They don't have all the tires there yet. They don't have time to do it. It's gonna be leave it there for, and I'm like, I can't leave it here because it has to be at the original place that did the service, so that they can have their transmission mechanic look at it the next morning.
Yes.
Right? So anyways, I drop it off there. They call me a little while later, and he tells me that, what is the thing they got to replace?
The valve body. Why can you not remember that?
I don't know.
Valve body.
I keep wanting to call it a throttle body. That's why I stop and I'm like, yeah, it's a valve body. It's basically the thing that tells.
It's a common thing.
It's what's wrong with these transmissions. Doesn't matter if you have a Ford or a GM product. And what I've learned so far is these things are not even built by Allison. I don't know if Allison gave them the rights, but they're building them themselves. And GM did it different than Ford did it, but they're both having problems, and I don't know if it's because the valve bodies are being built by somebody that's not doing the right job.
I have no idea, but they're all broken.
And this has been going on for a good year over. I mean, we've got people in 2020 we've talked to. So they've known this.
This isn't new.
This isn't new. They've known this has been a problem for a long time. So
we didn't know.
Yeah, why sell us a 2023 when you still don't have that problem fixed? That's what upsets me. And the other thing that upsets me too is I finally drop it off and the guy's like, well, I can call you an Uber. You can call me an Uber. So how long are you going to have the truck for? And he's like, well, sir, I'm going to tell you this. Since it broke right here, we're going to put you in front of the line. Okay?
Right.
And in my mind, I'm thinking that's great, you know, but I don't know the whole story at that time. And I'm thinking that's awesome. He says, we already have this part on order. He said, but normally when you come in here, it's going to be a month from the time you drop your truck off by the time they get the part fixed. 1 month. So for 1 month, you have nothing to drive.
You have no rental unless you pay for it yourself.
No, never. I mean, and this is America, and this is General Motors, and they're supposed to brag about how great America is, right?
Yeah.
Well, you just had your daughter drop her car off at Subaru.
Yes, in Florida.
Subaru took her car in and says, we're going to have it for 4 or 5 days. Here's a car. They just
Here's a rental.
They gave her a brand new rental to drive the whole time.
The whole time.
General Motors knows they have this problem. They know you're not going to be without a vehicle.
For not a day or 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But
a
weeks.
month.
Weeks.
If
you're lucky.
They have nothing to help you out. I mean, and that really bothers me. And then the other thing that really got to me too is I'm thinking, okay, who's going to pay for this bill? And then I find out it's under warranty. But in the meantime, we call our extended warranty.
Yes.
I get on the phone. He guy's like, oh, we'll cover it if they don't cover it, blah, blah, blah. I said, what about rental car? He said, oh, yeah, we got rental car. I said, cool.
But there's a catch.
There's a catch. The rental car doesn't go into effect until they start working on it.
Right.
The rental car is only good for 10 days.
Right.
I don't think
so when they start working on it, so we don't have the part.
Yeah.
So
we're out for 30 days until they start. Yeah. They're going to fix it in 1 day once they have the part.
And how much were they going to give us?
They're
towards it?
$40 a day.
$40? Is that like 1932 prices, or?
You can't rent a car because me and Robin have been without a vehicle now for a week.
Oh my God!
Been borrowing the kids' vehicles.
Thank God. The only good thing that came out of this is it happened in a state where we have somebody to help us.
Yes.
We have family.
Yeah. Because here,
if we were in Oregon or Washington, we know nobody.
Right here, the car rentals were $300 a day.
A day.
If you could find one. Because we're here during the 4th and there's no car rentals.
Oh no.
So the reason I'm telling this video is
so
for the
this
people.
is not a yipping yapping session. This is a knowledge.
This is what you need to know.
Yes.
If you're going to get into full-time RV life, and you already know all the problems out there with the fifth wheels and the campers and all the stuff that you're going to have problems with in the first place, but you're not thinking about you're going to go pick up your truck.
No.
Now I know this is going to give everybody say, well, you should have bought a Dodge. Well,
or you shouldn't be doing RV transport.
Yeah, and that doesn't really matter. If I wasn't, this truck still was going to break when we had our Riverstone behind us. And I've already talked to a guy that has a Ford that has a Riverstone that messaged me after the first video.
Yeah, there's so many.
He's had 2 motors in his brand new Ford. So they all have problems, and I don't have a problem with the problems.
Yes, this is not a yipping session about trucks.
This is about
people know about these
They need to know
issues.
about this stuff. And the dealers need to do a better job. We should have a car rental.
We should have a car
That's
rental.
$100,000.
Some kind of rental.
Some kind of rental. Some kind of help. They're going to call me a Uber?
Yeah.
I can tap it on my phone and the guy will be here in a few minutes. You know, I mean.
But what's the Uber going to do when we legally live in Pennsylvania?
Yeah. So I wanted to do this video. And the reason we want to throw this out there is I want to know other experiences that people have had with the same transmission problem, because I'm hearing horror stories where you go in and get it fixed.
And it breaks again.
A few months later, you're back in there for the same problem. When me and Robin are traveling so much, so now I'm going to be afraid of the truck all the time.
It's awful.
And I can't go and trade it because the 24's got the same problem.
Right.
And if I go to a Ford, I might have another issue.
Right.
I know that the only issue this truck has is the transmission. What would you do?
But only issue. It's a big issue. But thanks for saying only. Well, I guess it's better than a lot more, but still, it'll still put you out.
And for all the guys out there telling me, well, you need to service your own stuff. Well, I used to do that before when we had a garage.
Yeah.
I would have changed all these
But it doesn't help
fluids.
with the transmission because they need it for warranties.
For warranty.
So you service it, you void the warranty, and then we're really
Yeah,
screwed.
so this is just a hard thing to deal with. And I know
tough.
people are going to say, well, you got an RV transport, you destroyed your truck. No, I didn't. We'd have been traveling with the fifth wheel and doing all this stuff in the first place.
Well, at least then we would have had our home, though.
Yeah, but then if there's no place to
On
park
the side
it,
of the road.
you go to an RV park.
Oh, then how we tow it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because the RV parks only have a few days. You can only be there for a few days because it's already booked for somebody else. So, I mean, I'm glad the RV's where it is.
But regardless, is the truck.
The truck. I mean, it's a hard thing to talk about. So now what are we going to do, Robin?
I don't know.
We're thinking about
There's so
renting
many
a car.
options when you don't work.
Let's get more. I need to tell him more about the story. I need to tell him about the guy. So the guy tells me this is on this is the Monday before 4th of July.
Yeah.
He says we got shipments coming in on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then
Which
Thursday.
sound is so promising.
So
when you say shipments coming in, which means parts come in. We're going to be a home stretch. We're out of here.
And he tells me, you get the first part. That's cool. I'm happy about that. They're going to get us out of here. So I feel sorry for the guy. And I'm like, you know what? You guys are going to help me out. I'm going to help you out. I'll buy the tires that are overpriced from you just to give them some money.
Right.
To let them know that I appreciate it.
And then it helps us too because we don't have to lug it somewhere else.
Yeah,
so
this way I know when I pick it up, it's all done.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, we'll call them. He said, I'll call you as soon as the part comes in. You know me, I'm antsy because I want to get back on the road, you know? I'm telling you, this is like, I've had an iPhone since they came out. I stood in line for the first iPhone. And I feel
like going back to rotary dial.
I feel like somebody took my iPhone away from me.
Yeah, I know, you're hard to live with.
Everything we own's in that truck. I mean, I want to go get something.
I wanted a lint roller.
My medicine cabinet, my jackets, everything. It's just crazy. But anyways, let's get back to the real story. The story was the guy says, well, we'll probably have it. If we don't get it on Monday or Tuesday, we'll have it on Friday. Because it's already been on order for 2 weeks,
right.
he said. So.
But then we have the 4th of July, so you know how the mail goes for that.
Yep.
So, okay.
So I call him on Friday.
So we're thinking, okay, Friday sounds like the go-to date that everything's going to be done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I call him on Friday, and I said, hey, the part come in? He goes, well, let me go check. Comes back, and he goes, no, still not here. I'm like, so any ideas? Nope, I really don't have them. I said, what about the tires? You get tires done? Oh yeah, the tires are all done. I says, really? He goes, yeah, they're all done.
But I think he failed to realize that we have an app on our phone that tells us
if
what's
you touch
happening.
the truck,
yeah.
and it'll text message me if the tire pressure is even low. So I'm thinking, well, he's lying to me about that. What else is he lying to me about? So anyways, I'm like, let it go. Let's just enjoy the weekend with the grandkids. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you some stories about that too. And then I turn around Saturday, and then we're doing family stuff, and my phone's going crazy.
Yes, on Saturday.
The air pressure is on all the tires.
Right.
So now I pull it up. It says the truck's been moved, everything. And before that, he told me the truck wouldn't even move.
Yes, it's stuck inside the shop where it cannot be moved. So it's adamant that they get this part for them to fix it so they can get it out of there. So we're thinking, oh, well, that's great.
The tires are done. They must have the part. They're going to finish. Because I'm guarantee you the transmission guy's not working on a Saturday.
Heck no.
No, he's too important for that. So I figured,
and a holiday weekend?
Yeah. So I figured he's going to put it together on Monday. We're all going to be done.
Right.
Monday goes by, day's almost over. I finally call him at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. And I'm like, so how's the truck coming? And he's like, I don't know. Let me go over to the parts department. He comes back and he says, yeah. He goes, the parts department guy says nothing's in. And he goes, you know what? He don't even expect anything this week.
Last week it was coming at least 3 out of the 4 days.
Now we're in another week, and I'm telling Robin, I said, well, if they ordered the part 2 weeks, it's already been their week, another week, that's going to be a month. So
but this is supposed to be somebody else's part, which I feel bad because
I look at the guy and I'm like, why don't you be up front with me and tell me right away what's really going on? Because we already been in Alabama.
Right.
My thing is, I don't want to rent a car, drive to Alabama,
or get halfway there, or get all the way there and say, oh, your truck's done.
And waste all that money.
Yeah,
especially when this is something that General Motors should be paying for. And that's another thing. If there's thousands of us having this problem, we all need to get together, and General Motors needs to reimburse us some of this stuff.
For sure.
I'm going to lose $10,000-$15,000 because of this deal.
Yep.
Not count all the other expenses and everything like that. Let's get on a good note. Let's just give that a break. Let's get on a good note.
Yes.
When we got here and we knew the truck was down and I was going to get it. Well, I didn't even know at that time. Robin's like, we're going to have 3 or 4 days in Colorado. Let's get caught up on all the stuff we haven't been able to.
let's make the
eye appointments. Teeth.
What else?
Get a tattoo fixed.
Oh yes, you did.
You got a nose ring.
I did.
So I'm thinking
had an IV.
Yeah, she had an IV fluid treatment. So I'm like, because we needed our teeth cleaned for over a year now.
No,
I did. You made your appointment for 6-month cleaning. I missed mine.
No, you did. You did. We were just off by like a month.
All right, whatever, maybe a month. But I had a bad tooth that I thought I had a cavity.
No, you were off by like a month. Because we were supposed to do it, and then I got sick, and I'm like, forget it, we won't even do it.
All right, well, anyways, our eye appointment was 2 years, right?
Yeah, 2 years for the eye.
Well, we both got better vision. How's that? I'm getting older and get better vision? That don't make any sense to me.
I got nothing.
But I got new glasses, so that was a good thing. So we got a lot of things done, so I was thinking this was great. Now if we just pick up the truck on Friday, leave on Monday, this was a perfect timing. But now we're sitting here with no truck still, as you can see. With no time of arrival, they can't even give me a date. Now, this is my complaint. I worked had a motorcycle shop for a long time, worked for a guy, owned it myself, and then we did Yamaha. So, I mean, when people would have stuff back ordered, I had a guy at Yamaha that I could call, and he would give me a heads up all the time. I could call him, and he'd tell me, hey, that part ain't coming in for a long time, so you might want to figure something out. And I would trade the people out of their motorcycle or whatever I could do, because it was a hometown dealership. We needed to keep all the people we could keep.
Correct.
So we made things work. I'd loan them a bike, whatever it took. But General Motors...
No, this is like a mystery date.
A mystery date. You can't tell you nothing.
Sometime.
So you get on YouTube, you start Googling, searching everything, and you find out...
And then you see your worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare ever. That we never even knew. And I told Robin, I said, wouldn't have mattered if we'd have bought a different truck.
Because something else would happen.
Something else would happen.
I get that, it's life, but come on.
Then
if they know about this part for years, why is it not fixed? Why are they not making more?
Why are they not? You think that they'd have somebody...
Why can't you just say, oh, this is broken, go in the shop and it be on the shelf? Why is it so hard to get?
You would think that the people that would want to make extra money that are making these parts just make them work, have a full shift going nonstop so you get this problem solved. I mean, this is a, I don't know, billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
You know, I've been buying their products for 40 years and they can't. I mean, in my mind, I know the truck's going to break and I know we're going to have to drop it off and have 3 or 4 days to get it fixed.
3 or 4 days, yes.
Yeah, not a month for the part.
If you're lucky.
And then I'm going to drive out of there and I don't know if I'm going to get halfway to Alabama and it's going to break again.
It sucks.
So we try to be positive, right?
Yeah.
We're super happy, but this is just not something I wanted people to know about this, because you're thinking, when we picked up the truck, I'm thinking the same thing. It's under warranty for the first 100,000 miles.
Yeah.
We know if it needs fixed, we're not going to worry about it. We'll drop it off. We'll get it into a dealer. And the problem is, you can't even get into dealers. There's so many dealers that I called that couldn't even get me in.
Correct.
I couldn't even get this thing serviced. I wanted to get the transmission serviced. Yeah. I call places just for an oil change to get it done. We couldn't even do that.
No.
But I keep coming to the same place in Colorado, and they're like, bring it down. We'll serve it. We'll get you in there. Yeah. I sat there for 5 hours, but they did get it done, and then I drove out of there, and it didn't work anymore. And for the people out there that keep leaving comments, well, you can't. They don't flush this system. Okay, if you don't, you're supposed to do it every 30,000 miles, and I put it off because I was afraid that something might happen, because I just don't like people touching my stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I never knew in my back of my mind that this could happen. But I
could happen at 30,000 miles.
And then the next time I went in there, they told me they were too busy. I said, well, we'll do it the next time. They said, no problem. We'll put the notes in there that we couldn't do it this time because I was trying to cover the warranty. But what they do is they do not flush the system on these new vehicles. They drop the pan. They let the transmission fluid run out, they put a new filter, they put it back on. Now, in my opinion, they're putting new fluid back into this transmission, and you got that torque converter. I mean, I have enough transmission knowledge that where's all that other couple gallons of fluid that's still in that thing? Mixing with that dirty stuff that just had 70,000 miles on? Can that be good? I don't know. Leave your opinions on that too, because we're just curious, and we want this video out there. So, you know, this is not about making our channel better. This is about informing people. So, you know, give us those thumbs up, because that's what pushes the video out. If you're getting ready to get into this lifestyle and you're going to go buy a new Chevy or a new GMC, I think you want to know this stuff.
Yeah, share it.
Is it going to help you? I don't know, but you might limit your trips. You might do things differently, or maybe not even buy a fifth wheel and a truck to pull it. Go buy a drive RV that has a truck chassis under it.
Maybe that's better.
You probably get it worked on and faster. It might hold up better. You might want to avoid this whole type of life, right?
Because you never know where you're going to be stranded.
Yeah.
Or for how long.
And for all our RV transport guys out there that have been following us going, oh, you guys are so happy, positive, you don't give it. This is the real thing. You're going to get the real thing with this channel all the time. This is not the videos I want to give you. I want to show you all the great things we're doing, all the fun we're having, the money we're still making, but this is part of life.
Yeah.
But I did not know it was going to turn into a month of sitting here with no truck. No. So, I don't know. I mean, tell us what you think. And we'll get that other video out, and we'll show you what we made in that 30 days. And we had a lot of fun doing that one. But I want to get back out there. This is the slow, for the RV transport people, this is the slow time of the year. July and August. I guess all the manufacturers are not building anything in July.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see if we could still make money at the 2 worst months. That's what we're trying to do. So, you know, pray that we get this truck back faster, that we don't lose this whole month of July, because I want to be out there, you know, seeing if we can still make some money.
Me too.
You know, and then for all the RV people, the Riverstone fans and stuff like that, if you're going to buy that Riverstone, just imagine, me and Robin have been pulling around campers that only weigh 5,000 and 6,000 pounds on the average. We haven't been doing anything big, because I do not, for all those people out there asking in my videos, do you have a CDL? No, I don't have a CDL. I can only do 26,000 and below. Can't do anything over that combined weight. So just imagine if we were pulling our Riverstone all over the place. That's 20,000 pounds. Yeah. And we were in Oregon, and for one of the guys that was out there in Oregon, he would have been coming from Bend, Oregon. He was in a Riverstone. I was pulling a trailer, and he was broke down on the side of the road. If you watch our videos, I want to know who that was, because we were coming back, and if you'd have still been broke, then we're going to try to help you, but we did not have. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. I'd probably have been pulling your fifth wheel when our truck broke down. We both would have been broke down, right?
Yeah.
But there was, Bend, Oregon, that was a few weeks ago. They were both on the side of the road pulling their Riverstone. I think they had a blue, either blue or black Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah, dually. I think that's what it was. So if you come across our videos, let us know if that was you and what happened, and hope everything's doing good for you. But other than that, my new tattoo, look at that. I got a new tattoo. Yeah. I got another one I got to fix too. That's another story with another video, right?
I guess.
And look, I took Robin in there because Robin has no tattoos.
Nope.
Everybody in there was trying to touch that virgin body.
Yeah. I have commitment issues.
They talked to her. She's been wanting a nose ring for a few years.
Like a decade.
For a decade. So they talked to her. She got that done. Did that hurt?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's so funny because the guys are telling me, you know what? It's just a reflex, but she's going to drop a tear out of her eye. And when they put that in there, and I looked at him, I said, nah, she's a hard ass. That won't happen. If I complain about a pain, she tells me
suck it up.
Suck it up. So I go in there and I say, hey, they said you're going to cry. And she looked at me like, what?
Cry?
And they stuck that in there, and there was not one tear.
No. Am I heartless?
So, yeah, Robin's heartless. She's a tough girl, let's put it that way. But
too funny.
Just remember, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, right?
Yes.
And leave those comments. You know, I want to know how many people are out there having the same problem and why this problem hasn't been fixed. Now, I know the older transmissions, there's people that have a lawsuit against General Motors for all the older transmissions, but I think this is like 2020 to 24 is what we've figured out so far, and we might be off on that. If we're wrong, let us know on that. But other than that, give us a thumbs up. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, right?
Yeah.
And what else do they do, Robin?
Subscribe.
Yeah, we need you to subscribe. We're almost to our 10,000.
I know.
We have been waiting forever for 10,000 because then they send us that email, right?
I know. Can't wait for an email.
We finally get we don't get a plaque till then we need 90,000 more.
Oh, just 90,000? Okay.
Just 90,000 more.
I'll be happy with 10.
She'll be happy with 10. So will I. And always